Oh, okay. I know production and I know good looking cameras.
It was a Nocturne first pick, so even with the Orianna out,
wow.
GAM still decided to go for the Nocturne, and T1 answer with Jarvan of their own, and we'll see what ADC, I presume, they look to pair with it here, as it's going to be the Seraphine for T1. They can look to do the Ashe Seraphine, or they can have Peyz playing the Seraphine carry.
GAM take away the Ashe though. Ashe Aurora is my question mark, because pairings with Nocturne, Aurora's been one of the best. You were kind of alluding to before, like what else we could see in the mid lane. Nivea also there, Ari also there with another diving jungler that's going to be slammed by Gloryy with the Nautilus as well.
Yeah, Nautilus really good into this Seraphine. Makes me think that probably T1 might look to send it as Seraphine ADC and put Keria on something like the Alistar, something like the Braum, that can just receive this hard engage from GAM. Because if you look in the Ashe here, you're playing Ashe Seraphine, 2 immobile carries into Nocturne, Ahri, Nautilus. Incredibly dangerous ultimates from the side of GAM that can gap close and get onto you super, super easily. So I do think that Peyz is going to be the one taking the Seraphine here.
Well said. Seraphine Braum have been options in the past, but that's me speaking about Vitality. Jack probably wrong with me to do so. Is it's going to be Faker, Silas most likely. Still technically a flex, I guess.
I mean,
into top in this current meta, no?
I would say 99% this Silas is going to Faker. Yeah. It's quite an easy matchup into the Ahri. You are getting pushed in a little bit, but you can start to trade, you can start to threaten. And once you get that level 6, the Ahri ult is fantastic, the Nocturne ult as well, even the Nautilus ult. A lot of good options for Faker here. This now allows T1 to put 2 bans into either the ADC for GAM, if they want to take out something like the Kai'Sa for more follow-up, or they could choose to ban for Doran.
I saw that timer go to 0, scared me that the client did something mischievous again, but Mel's going to be taken away, so Jack doesn't have to complain about that one for this game. But with Vayne gone as well, maybe we are just going to get Kiaya on a tank top. Sion comes to mind, Cassante comes to mind. Those are some of the few right now that are up and available.
Ambessa is still up and available for GAM. I think that would be by far their best pick if they could get it.
Yep.
Otherwise, I do think we're probably looking at just a tank for Kiaya. Maybe the Cassante would make sense for him. As T1 decide to ban out the Olaf, they might be looking for the Ambessa themselves.
Yeah.
I think both teams really like the Ambessa here. We'll see what GAM decide to ban out last.
Because Jace is gone, that was what the Olaf would suspect, but with a lot of top laners now banned away, I do like that we are going on that Ambessa angle. Will it be banned by GAM? Remember, next pick out of this ban phase will be T1 on the blue side. Ashe is going to go. They're thinking maybe still the possibility, even with this comp. You think it's a waste of ban?
I think it's a bit of a waste of ban. I think T1 would not look for it. It's going to be the Renekton pick for Doran, so a really strong blind pick here. And we'll have to see what GAM answers.
Does Kiaya feel confident playing Kennen? I mean, is there too much AP damage?
I think Shen, I really like for GAM. Pairing up with the Nocturne, you can ulti in with him. It's a decent matchup into the Renekton because you can dodge out on the stun.
Yep.
It is going to be losing, but we'll have to see.
Kennen.
Looks like he might go for the... Oh, my voice.
Zahen? Okay, what a shame. But regardless, Zahen's still going to get locked in. I think the biggest question you now have to ask is, how do you complement this? Because we're building a bit of dive.
Just had the worst voice crack of all time.
Okay.
We'll see what Taki here locks in. I think... What? I did not expect that. I thought he would go Kai'Sa for sure, as it would make a ton of sense, but they decided to go for the Lucian, even though he doesn't have the Milio.
What do you want here as a support?
I think it's either Alistar or Braum for Keria, 99%. Anything else I would be very surprised by, unless Keria has something crazy cooked up. You just want something that can receive this engage and peel for the T1 carries.
Okay, well, 3 seconds, and it's locked. So engage, peel, and as you said, Jack, well spotted, it's going to be Peyz on that Seraphine bot, so that the Ashe didn't get to not play the game in Game 2.
Makes a lot of sense. Keria deciding to go for the Alistar over the Braum as well, because you're pairing up with the Mage, so you're not going to be able to proc that Braum passive too easily. So I do like this from T1. You have a really strong front line here. You have the Seraphine healing and shielding to keep things going, and Faker as well is going to be able to do quite a bit if the fight goes longer. While GAM have a bit of a different strategy. They really want to blow you up as soon as the fight starts. Lucian, all about that burst. Ahri, the same. While Nocturne and Nautilus have great ultimates, but if the fight goes for longer, they're going to get outmatched by their counterparts.
What do you think about weaving in and out of the fights here for GAM? The commitment is not, you know, as hard as one-sided like a Malphite ult, but it's still, once you're in, you're kind of staying in with versus Alistar, versus Sylas, versus the chain CC that T1 can lock you with.
Yeah, T1 want to keep the fight going. They want to make the fight long.
Yeah.
While GAM need to find that initial pick, need to find that blow up with the Ahri Charm, with the Nocturne ulti. And if they can find that, then they can take T1 down, make the fight on their own terms. But if T1 are able to kite them back, re-engage with the Seraphine, movement speed, healing, shielding, CC, there's a lot of tools for T1 here, and I'm afraid to say I think I still prefer their draft.
Do you? So we're coming back to the draft gap discussion of Game 1 then.
Yeah, the thing is T1, they have a really easy way, I think, of receiving the engage from GAM. I think as long as Peyz is not the one that gets engaged upon, it's really hard to make anything happen on Jarvan, Renekton, or Sylas. So your only real threat is the Seraphine, and I think Peyz is a good enough player that he recognizes that he's the only real target for GAM. So if he plays back and is healing and shielding his team up, it's going to be very difficult for GAM to find an opportunity, and they're going to have to work hard to be able to find it.
Well, we've watched one Seraphine from Keria dominate the competition only yesterday, and here comes another match point for T1 in this best of 3 to qualify for the elimination bracket at EWC 26. And it is GAM who have to commit to the dive and find themselves the pick, or all hell will break loose with T1 in this game. Conqueror for 4 with a Glacial Augment for Keria. And as you said, Jack, they keep the fights going, they get massive value here.
Yeah, 4 Conquerors, as you say, Jake. Conquer on Seraphine especially. Peyz wants to go for those long skirmishes. And Artemis choosing to go for the Doran's bow here means he's a little bit... Oh, good hook.
Line. Okay, for now, you might not have audio at home as Keria gets a headbutt away. Taki, the stretch line starts off nice onto Peyz. We'll obviously fix that for you in a second, as I assume people at home are experiencing the same thing. But Jack, there you go. Right as the engage comes through, headbutt away, heal going to be used as well. Keria can't do much. It's a level 1 Alistar. What do you expect? Stretch line in, nice. Auto attack as well. Artemis close, hang on, he flashes away. And Nautilus obviously better at the start of this game.
Oh, Keria there having to flash away. I thought for a second that he might be dead if Artemis had the W back up, but it was still a little bit on cooldown. It's a great start for GAM here as they force both sums from Keria. They force his recall, so he's stuck at level 1. And Taki now is going to be sitting at an XP lead for the majority of this early game as Oner wants to go for an invade.
Spotted. Phalight's going to be dropped on down. And Oner looking for the gank, while meanwhile KC have just 2-0'd Sentinels.
Let's go!
So NA officially out of the competition.
Wow, that's crazy actually.
Chains connect, flag and drag. Gloryy going to flash away. Faker takes the ignite and flashes himself. Chains going to land as well. Gloryy close to finding the kill. Faker not dead though. And the turret meanwhile Taki in a bit of trouble, but look better here for Artemis as Keria has no flash. A dredge line already used and will not be reused here from Taki in the 2v2.
And the shield from Peyz there was so clutch. You could see how Artemis was posturing that he wanted to flash forward.
Dredge line, Peyz gets him under turret. Oh, Taki no! An auto attack and down he drops. Peyz stands in his face. Another turret shot. Peyz already used his range. GAM have just been schooled in the 2v2.
And how does T1 do it as Seraphine Alistar? They find a double kill off of GAM's mistakes, and they are snowballing this early game.
Oh man, and top might be another bridge that GAM cannot cross. Doran gets a bit of cleave here with a Culber Meek, or rather Ruthless Predator about to come up. Wait for that. Kiaya running for his life. Oner gets an auto attack down for the slow flag. Drag going to find him. Matches a flash. And T1, the star points cannot be greater. There's that Ruthless Predator, and Doran gets the kill across the map. It burns for GAM.
And T1, they're making plays across the board here. GAM want to try to match and dive Peyz. And Keria is going to try to run here as fast as he can. GAM is on a timer. It all comes down to this.
Peyz does not have flash. He has nothing available. Gets launched under turret as well. Dredge line out as well. Good dive from Taki. And a shutdown over to Draktharr.
It's a mistake from Keria there. He over roams on mid lane. He's not in time for the wave crash to defend Peyz. So Peyz ends up dying. No teleport, so he's going to lose a lot of minions as we watch this back. It starts with Taki flashing, trying to get onto Peyz. But he doesn't get the hook. Peyz flashes it well. And then Lucian takes the tower shot. And then Peyz lands the with the minion.
Beat drop at max range. I have to say, Peyz's monitor is very bright, Jack.
True.
Brightness was at max as GAM. Yeah, TK a little bit upset by that one. Laughing it off as he has to, as Faker might be found out, but he gets saved out by Keria. Pulverized trample and the heal from the King Slayer. The King will not be slayed as Faker finds himself the kill in retribution. Mid lane will not get anything. It's Gloryy who wants that Orb of Deception, but Faker is too far.
Great play by T1 there. Faker gets the W off. So damn close, but GAM are not able to take him down. Doran able to continue pushing in this top lane, getting plates for himself. And the one lane that GAM had last game has evaporated. There's no winning lanes anymore for GAM. They need to use Draktharr, get him level 6, and try to play around that Nocturne ultimate to get it back into this game. But Artemis is 2 levels down.
Yeah.
It's about to hit level 4, but not the start you wanted, especially considering the fact that you're playing Lucian.
I mean, yeah, it's all about the lane. It's all about that first item spike. How quickly do you get there? The answer to this game is going to be very different. The threat of return from Kiaya not going to land. Doran has Dominus available and is dominating the lane with it as well. He got the kill earlier and he went straight for the heal cut. Jack, that's an 800 gold spend here from Doran that's going to pay dividends against Kiaya. Yeah,
he wants to continue snowballing this lane. He's also up quite a bit of XP across the board for T1 here. Only person with an XP lead is Draktharr on GAM as Keria face checks.
Got pulverized. Keria looking for the trample. Gets stretch line in. 2-mag flag and drag. Oner goes in deep though versus 3 now as Artemis looks for Keria. Maybe taking him out was the wrong move though as Oner got to separate the pack. I think Artemis made a crucial game-breaking EWC loss-making mistake.
I mean, Artemis, he had the right idea. He wanted to continue fighting, but he overcommitted on Keria. Flash forward and Faker had the move. Gloryy was not able to match, so it's a numbers advantage for T1. Artemis now falling even further behind. Level 6 on Peyz, still level 4 on this Lucian. So difficult for him.
Now, maybe not as disastrous as it once was. Death Charge going to be used by Faker. He stole that charm dodge as well. He gets the change on top of Gloryy. Keria coming in to help out, but Gloryy still had that ult. He doesn't pull that off.
Great chunk by Faker there. As we watch this replay of the fight, I mean, Keria face checks a little bit early, so he gets really chunked, and that's what baits Artemis to continue going forward here. He dashes forward, and he thinks he can take down Keria, but Keria holds the heal, so Artemis is then forced to flash. Faker's wrapped around, Glory's not there, and they get a free kill onto Artemis.
Faker gets the kill. Big silence. Maybe not as devastating as it once thought, Jack. Obviously, the wave was held by Taki, as we saw at the end of that play. So he does get some CS, hasn't fallen as much behind as I thought he would. But as GAM try to put the pace on, they're looking towards the top side. Keria's moving up. Taki's going to join in with Draktharr. Paranoia is up. So in range is this Nocturne as Keria sits on a ward.
Draktharr is up half a level on Oner here. This could be a good timing for GAM to fight, as Drakthar's level 6 and Oner's still stuck at that level 5. But Peyz is here. Peyz is here.
You're right. Paranoia going to be used. Peyz, the advantage going to be there. He has the encore waiting to use it. Draktharr about to find a kill, but the encore comes in clutch. Flash here from Draktharr. He's stunned up. Oner takes a while to die. It's like the last play where GAM have to commit so much, and it ends up being a trade with Peyz picking up his 3rd kill.
And again, we see Peyz moving just like he did in game 1 and being the difference maker, as Faker wants to go for the 1-1.
He's got damage here. He thinks with the Hexagon, they're doing culling right in melee range, but Faker's is better. Peyz walks up to the turret, trying to return, flashed away from, while T1's dive on Kiaya doesn't work out. Taki, his opportunity strikes now as Keria behind the crouch is going to try and drive, but Gloryy gets an Orb of Deception, and GAM get one back.
T1 wanted to go for the dive on Kiaya there, wasn't quite able to get it. Peyz being forced to flash and Keria falling, but still it's a solo kill for Faker. He's going to be able to push in this bot wave, accelerate himself, as T1 are dominating across the board.
Yes, indeed they are. We keep seeing trades. We see Draktharr getting gold. But in the end, what does it mean for the map is the biggest question. Is 2,000 gold up? We look at the replay here and the attempted dive.
Peyz here being forced to flash away from the Zayan, and Keria has nowhere to run, surrounded by Taki and Gloryy. He dies to the electrocute. It's just the life of a cow, though. Not the end of the world, the support falling. So you see the pro view of Faker here. Uses the Lucian ultimate, and he does a bit more damage than the enemy Lucian.
They just kind of matrixed each other, you know.
Yeah.
Who can dodge the best. Faker looks like he's having a good time.
That's what you got out of that?
Yeah. That's the guy you got a photo with, Jack. Next plate, or rather, plating picked up in the top side, but I was going to say, Protobelt picked up by Faker as Keria looks for the dive again. Oner's here with a Cataclysm. And Kiaya, how safe is he?
3 members. Kiaya looks try to back out here.
Overrise flag and drag is up. Oner doesn't need to flash. He's got the trample from Keria as well. The stun up. Kiaya just trying to move. Grim Deliverance is not available either. Cataclysm down. The stun up, the slow down. The passive GA is there. So Kiaya is just going to be a potential kill, but not just yet. As Doran, the attempt to dive in response, he dominances. He takes a 1v2 onto Taki. There's a paranoia. Doran flashes away, but Faker's here to help out. The Q healing. The wave's gone. Faker's got his back. A double for the Silas. Doran was bait. And a third waits. Faker at 5. He gets the chains down. Takes his third. And Faker with 6-0 returns.
And Faker is the savior for Doran as he roams bot lane. And he gets 3 kills and seals the fate of GAM here with a 3,000 gold lead and 10 Dark Seal stacks.
Keria as well, trying to get that ulti out. It's just a nice combo. Use the minion wave to get there. Is he in trouble though from the back end of it? Gloryy misses the charm. Keria walking away with trample. Headbutt pulverize again. Glory's about to run out of the ulti. Use the last to get over the wall before T1 arrive with backup.
Really intelligent move from Faker there. He realized that GAM wanted to go for the cross map, tried to dive Doran, so he moved preemptively to defend him, and he arrived just in time to save Doran and pick up 3. And now GAM are staring at a 3,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. They do have the Ocean Dragon at least. If you watch the replay here from Faker's POV, even despite the fact that he has no vision with the Nocturne ult, he's still able to arrive, takes down the Lucian, dashes forward with the Ahri ult, gets the W, dashes forward with the chains, lands that, takes him out with the Kingslayer.
Doesn't even blink. Triple kill for Faker. 6-0. Silence is unleashed. Already was, and now even more so. Jankos is gassed. Maybe Double Lift not looking too happy because he just lost his teams. So,
what a going, man.
As to be said, yeah. Just taking the trade-off here. There's no first item for Doran because he went Xe first, so a little bit behind. But, I mean, Doran, again, remember, he used that Cold Meat Jack on the minion wave and got some champion damage, so the healing was enough that he was no longer a kill under that turret, and he cleared the wave.
Yeah, it was a good tower defense by Doran. As we see continuous trades on top here favoring Doran. A big gold lead for him. See if he's able to hit that tower, get that plate. He does need to be careful though. Draktharr is top side here with the Nocturne ultimate, so if he gets baited to hit the tower, it could be an angle.
Damage down.
To go in.
Dominus is available. Dread of Return going to find him. There's that paranoia you talked about. It's still not used just yet. There's that Dominus. Gets a healing out. Looking for the 1v2, but the passive from Kiaya going to keep him safe. He brings in the Grim Deliverance. Oner's now here. Stuck in the middle, but he doesn't care because Peyz is on the way with the 2-man Cataclysm as well. And a knockup from Keria. He'll take 1 deserved kill while the Kiaya GA pops, but GAM cannot support his return. It's Dreaded. It's Faker running in for number 7 as T1 the chase on top of this Nautilus. Needs simply but a trample. Dredgeline. The blood from Keria. No cow on the menu. He'll survive to walk it out while Faker claims the Gloryy again. Oner gets ignited. Gloryy trying for the kill, but a depth charge stolen. And Faker is running Paris and GAM into the ground.
Oh my god. T1 are just running circles around GAM. Peyz somehow always shows up where he needs to be to save them alongside Faker. 9-0 on this Silas here. Maybe even picks up the Medjais to celebrate.
He had 10 stacks of the Dark Seal for a while. Jack, I think he's gone back and forth on this one as Faker finds Draktharr. The chains are out. Doran's coming to help him out as well. The fear not going to matter too much here in Doran. Looks for the sun's up, find a chain lash, going to be flushed away from Draktharr. Peyz teleported in the culling close, getting killed with Faker in the way. Interrupt the chain lash again. This guy's Silas, unreal. 10 kills on the board, another chain, and that is League of Legends right there.
Yo, this Faker guy is kind of good. He's just styling on him, 10-0. Continues to find the fights. He's either moving first to the play, or he's the one starting it, as he did there against Draktharr. And T1, they just don't want to stop. They keep the tempo going. Gloryy has no ult, and he's in trouble.
It's going to be pulverized, flagged and dragged. Oner has his number with the Cataclysm not up. He's looking for the auto. The charm interrupts. He will die as the trade kill as Keria manages to slither his way out after Draktharr turns off the lights. As they return back on, Keria is left in no man's land, so he will die with the Dread of Return pulling him back. GAM find a couple back after the overeager dive. but they need more than that.
Yeah, T1 went a little bit too crazy there, wanted to just keep fighting and keep fighting, but 2 kills is not enough to get GAM back in this game, as you say, Jake. Although, they are going to be able to pick up the Cloud Dragon now spawning in 5 seconds, with Oner and Keria still being dead. So that is a silver lining.
2 dragons for GAM, and all they need now is to kill the king. 2 items here.
That's a tough task, especially...
He has 1,000 gold, Jack. 1,000 gold is his shutdown. And you're telling me it's a tough task.
Yeah, Oner is able to make it in time to the Drake. Unfortunately for GAM, they just didn't quite have the damage.
Here he comes, inevitable as always, as an Ari ult, has an angle, finds the chain last once again, the 10-0 stars, returns back in to finish the job. He makes it 11, and he's got a reset. The angle over the wall not going to be found. He goes to the camps instead, thinks, hang on, who else is here? Chain lash into the abyss. But it's not needed. He already found the blood, and now he corners off the top laner of GAM.
T1 want to keep going. They want to take down Kiaya. They have 4.
Everyone in the kitchen, Sing, just wait for the chains to connect once again. Grim Deliverance going to get him out of dodge, but Faker finds his number. This guy has Bluetooth on his E button. Cataclysm to finish the job. Doran to take 1 more. T1 are inevitable again.
T1 are just diving them. They're dominating. It's impossible for GAM to find any respite, as now Artemis wants to make a play on the Peyz. He has no flash. Peyz can go.
Seraphine, Encore going to come through, and the spell shield is enough as well. Draktharr gets a shutdown.
GAM are finding
something.
Some plays.
Yeah.
Some plays, but it's an uphill battle here, as they have yet to take down Faker and...
oh no, Culling going to come out. Artemis at melee range, needs help from Taki, going to be blocked. Chain lash, though, is enough. He's trying to set records again at chain lash. He's taking on the whole damn GAM. Oner comes in to save Grace. He says, Faker, you can't take all the kills. He runs in, he gets charmed up, finally shut down with Faker's skin on Gloryy. Oner trying to cut away. Dreaded return brings him back in. Orb Deception is enough damage. With a bit more gold going to GAM, T1 lose about 2,000.
Okay, a pretty big gold swing for GAM here, as they were able to finally take down Faker. Faker got a little bit overeager. He was stuck under tower, got CC chain, and they were able to take him down. And we'll see if it's able to make the difference here, as now Taki might be in trouble.
Taki, dredge line doesn't get him the right way. Peyz corners off his escape. Keria's on top of him. His Alistar has been so big this game, and it's still a T1 glazing session, but because of the way they've been playing. Taki, bolt, he's saved by Keria with the TP coming out, the flash as well. Keria is going to pull himself out with the unbreakable will. The stun up from Peyz, nicely done.
I felt a bit personal from Keria. He just flashed to kill the 0-6 Nautilus.
He wanted a piece of the action.
The fact that he bumped him over the wall, he was like,
you can't get away now.
You're not getting away. No.
Herald's still up. This is a 34-kill game in 17 minutes. It's not even Baron yet, as T1 control top. Is Doran dead?
Doran is not dead. Faker is here to cover him.
Oh my god. Here he comes. Doran, slowed down. Stride breaker. Here's Faker. The chain's going to be blocked. Paranoia, stolen but not used.
Now Faker, though, with the Paranoia, will be so deadly. And in the side lanes and wherever he goes, honestly. Faker is a very scary player for GAM to face right now. They need to rely on a CC chain so that he cannot get the healing, because if he gets those Kingslayers off, he's going to be healing just way too much for GAM to be able to deal with.
So, GAM, 5,000 gold in the hole right now. Gloryy got a lot of gold to net Lichbane, and now they're looking for Oner. The setup there with Cataclysm. Artemis layers him down and peppers him with the culling. Peyz can't help him out. Oner caught out again. And this, for T1, has been a recurring theme so far at the tournament, but more so here in this game, it's starting to build.
GAM does have a lot of damage in their team comp. When they're able to layer that Ahri ultimate and the Nocturne Paranoia, they're able to do so much so fast that Oner is not prepared for it. Now Doran wants to go for the 1v1, use the dominant.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a skirmishing chaos frenzy here in this game. Slice and Dice going to be used. Kiaya going to try and TP out without the Ruthless Predator available. Close to dying, but he does not. Kiaya teleports out, and Doran can't get the kill.
Still though, TP use from Kiaya here. We'll see if they can try to transition that into a Baron pressure in the next 1 minute. I would assume that T1 is looking to try to do this Baron Nashor on spawn. The only thing is they don't have great damage on the Baron Nashor.
Faker using that because the hijack is timing out. So he's just going to reset it. also just confuse maybe GAM a little bit more as he backs away, and Faker sitting on a Seekers now. So Zonya's going to be the third item here. As yeah, so far for this guy, it has been, I would say, I can't say generational gaming because that is just false. It's so much BS.
Yeah. When
Faker has many generational games. But it is a doozy right now where Faker is hard carrying along with the setup from T1.
Doran.
Stretch line, he doesn't have Dominus fail, but shoots it, he's dead. GAM are getting creative and it is working.
GAM have so much burst. We'll have to see if T1 want to fight this 4v5 or give up the Infernal Dragon. Knowing T1 and knowing this game, I think they want to try to fight the 4v5.
I think Faker's going to get the wave and then pick an ulti. He's got a lot to choose from here as GAM moving to the river. Taki using the blast cone to try and get an angle when Jack Dragon begins.
We'll have to see here Faker's off on the flank, but Gloryy is trying to watch him here, trying to get the charm.
Faker, who's he going to find? We go to the POV cam. He's in the bottom of the fight looking for an ulti to steal. He'll chain lash in. The encore comes through as well. Darkness for the time being even matters not because T1 have numbers advantage in this choke. Depth charge taken. Faker the angle, but he can't seek us in time. He's dead. GAM find the fight, even though T1 is so far ahead. It's their moment. Gloryy missing the charm, but not the game here. He sends out an orb of deception, finds a kill. Oner runs for his life with the Herald, but Gloryy has a reset and a charm. All he needs to do is find it, and he does. And a dredge line to boot. GAM take all but one to the death knell, and this game's still going.
And GAM get Nash. T1 with a mega throw here. They get too cocky, contesting a singular dragon for GAM. 4 versus 5. They think that they're way too strong. Faker has no time to press the Seekers. He goes down, and I will have to see if Doran can try to get something in the back end. There's Faker peeping in.
He gets over the wall. He's 1v5 at the time being. Baron goes down, but the bodies are going to drop for GAM. Doran into 5, doesn't care. He'll take one for the next. Faker looking for the depth charge. He won't get the reset here on Kiaya. He gets the next depth charge on Artemis. He will die. Baron for 3, and Doran took on the world.
A heroic play from Doran here to get T1 back in the gold lead. Takes down 3, removes the Baron power play for GAM, and it puts T1 firmly in the driver's seat here. We'll have to see if they can try to siege or do anything with 3 dead from GAM.
Now, this is not a clean game. This is not perfect League of Legends, but hot damn if it's not spice. 43 kills in 21 minutes. What do you reckon, Jack?
A lot of kills.
I think we're going for more.
I think we're going for a lot more kills. At this rate, I don't think I need to be talking too much. You can do all the talking.
Bro, I'm not going to be done. I'm not going to be here for the rest of the days at this rate. Let's look at the replay. Which one is this? The Doran versus the Calamity.
So much AoE damage here from Doran. With the Dominus, with the Q, with the Stride Breaker. He's able to take down the Nocturne, take down the Nautilus, and then Faker takes down the Lucian in the back end.
So where are we at? What actually matters in this game, Jack? What the hell are we talking about now?
I mean, what we've seen is that GAM have incredibly high burst. So if T1 make a mistake, if one person makes a misstep, doesn't matter if it's Doran, if it's Oner. I think the only person is Keria who can live for a little bit longer, but the rest of them die so damn fast that if GAM is able to pull it off, they can just one-shot someone and then win the fight. So it really comes down to execution. You want T1 to be the ones engaging first, because if they're engaging first, then it's really hard for GAM to coordinate their Nocturne, their Ahri, their Zahan, all together to go on the same target. While if GAM get that preparation time, get to use that paranoia with the Spirit Fox Gloryy, they can be the one-shotting a member from T1 and starting the fight on their own terms.
3,000 gold is what separates T1 from GAM, and a comeback to move to a Game 3 in an elimination best of 3 at EWC 2026. Damn unspeakable horrors of what we're going to await them with this Silas moving into now 14 kills, right? But the fact that they're back in this game, the fact that T1 made so many mistakes, to GAM's credit, that shotgun, when does it go, or rather, when does it get played out next? As GAM using the Baron buff to try and get some gold here. They are down in power play because they lost 3 members after it, but still, they've stagnated the game, Jack.
Yeah, and also, like, Peyz has the Medjais at 0 stacks.
True.
So that feels pretty bad for him. As well, Faker, he was sitting on the 10-stack Dark Seal. He was forced to sell that.
Yeah.
While it's actually Gloryy now with the 10-stack Medjais himself. So a lot of throws here for T1 that has definitely cost them a lot, but they are still ahead, make no doubt.
Doran's going to get ganked here. Is it a window for GAM? He slices some dice within, dodges away and gets back out. Gloryy looking for the dive or potential damage, but he'll just take the plating instead. All the attention from T1 right now is focused around this mid lane while Faker is solo leveling up in that top lane. He's taking the turret here. And Jack, this is going to be a trade for GAM. Gold is going to be shared, yes, but Faker getting the inner turret is obviously going to be more worth.
Yeah, Faker getting even further ahead here. He's going to be looking to complete that Sonya's once he finally bases. And what we talked about earlier in the Champ Select, well, I like the T1 comp more.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much damage GAM would have, to be honest.
Right.
Because what I thought was they really could only go on the Seraphine, and if they ever went on the Jarvan, the Renekton, the Sylas, it would be hard for them to win the fight. But what we've seen is, as long as they have a little bit of distance between the T1 carries, they can blow someone up in 2-3 seconds so fast that the rest of T1 can actually not react. And now Doran is pretty deep here, but he's going to be fine, as T1 want to get full control of this Infernal Dragon.
And he's not going to connect. Infernal Dragon will be number 2 for T1. GAM get this, they move to Soul Point. Does feel like a nail biter that could be beneficial, but are they going to go for the mid turret instead, try and open up their map? It seems like 4 members going to at least get the mid push here as T1. It's Faker trying to find the chains. It's Peyz matching the wave clear with Faker clearing the rest. T1 are going to be in this dragon area first.
T1 holding control. GAM need to find some way to break their formation. Taki can't really face check. They're having Kiaya do it.
Peyz with the damage as well. Kiaya takes a little bit, not too much to speak of though. Draktharr has an angle. Not being spotted out. They know there's a control wall there. They're thinking, where is this Nocturne? Paranoia turns the lights off at 2K. Keria face checking, looking for the engage. Depth charge in. Up T1, get the Drake. Oner teleports a little bit weirdly as Keria's already jumped on in with the breakable wheel. Kiaya now has a grim deliverance. Perfect AoE. And as Draktharr just walks into melee range, T1, are they losing this fight? I'm looking. I'm seeing Fake get dead. Doran heals up for the time being though, trying to carry the rest of it. While meanwhile, Oner gets some autos down. Peyz lifts her a little bit, but it's not enough. T1 have thrown it all in the sink as GAM find themselves deliverance.
And GAM have out-team fought T1 in the 5v5. T1 pick up the Drake, but GAM pick up 5 kills for 3. They're gonna get the mid tower, they're gonna push him both to get that as well. And finally, they will equalize the game in the gold.
A 14-2 and Silas couldn't do it. But apparently the Ari could. GAM are going to move to inner turrets now, both in mid and bot. So much gold on the menu, and it's going to be equalized even more so. GAM are going to find themselves in a gold lead for the first time this game, and Baron is coming up in 10 seconds as we look at this one replay.
And T1, while they were able to get the Drake, Keria goes too deep. You see here, he has the ultimate active, but he flashes in to try to get onto Artemis, but Artemis has the flash cleanse. He can get out, and now Keria has no ult. He ends up falling, and this Sahen is doing so much, healing so much, and just wrecking havoc in the back line here for GAM.
As you said, shotgun. Trigger pulled by GAM. Flush away from the charm is not enough. Seraphine, the only one left alive. That is a rough fight for T1. Faker died at the start of it. And Jack, we could be going to 3.
We could be going to 3, and it feels like a lot of this is due to T1's hubris, I must say.
Yes, I think very much
They decided
so.
to continue fighting no matter what. They never wanted to put on the brakes. Even the 4 versus 5 when Doran got caught, they still wanted to keep fighting. And it has cost them dearly now in a 51 kill, 27-minute game. Gold is completely equal.
We need
2 Drakes apiece. It really all comes down to execution at this point, but you can see how strong this Sahen is now. This Sahen has outscaled this Renekton. It's going to do a lot more in these team fights, and it's becoming harder and harder for Faker. Even though he has 14 kills, he's down in gold.
He is indeed. Somehow, Faker down in gold is hilarity. T1 here in this game for a lot of their fans. It's going to be hilarity and disappointment for them. If T1 go to a Game 3, they'll be one step away from GAM eliminating them. GAM's already beaten MKOI. The story of this tournament is that the number 3 seed from EU couldn't put up a fight against GAM, who, remember, they didn't actually qualify through here. They're partnered organization, Jack. So they're not the best the region sent. But GAM are here, nonetheless, putting up a fight against T1 of all teams.
They're here to play.
Very respectable, yes.
Putting up a much bigger fight than Team Secret.
Oh, yes.
So a great showing from GAM thus far. A really competitive game 1 yesterday against T1. And taking down MKOI, as you said, Jake. and now a great game 2 from them as well. Off the back of the GAM top side. Really stellar performance, but we'll have to see how T1 can navigate these later fights now. As Faker's advantage has evaporated, he needs to be able to find a flank or a great ultimate takeaway to be able to make the difference in the fights, but we've just seen him get continuously CC chained and taken down too quickly for T1 to be able to manage, but Doran looks like he might be caught.
Yeah, he's super deep here, doesn't have the flash available. A 3-item croc has to run. GAM aren't going to commit resources to it though. And Faker also has the TP that would have exploded with Peyz being able to join as well. They back away. Dragon's up in a minute. 2 apiece. Third means everything. Baron there also, but that's an afterthought I feel like right now. Dragon seems so important in the game. We're infernal for a shotgun comp. Cannot be given.
Yeah, you see T1 now, they're keeping in the mid lane. They want to get full control of this Dragon here. And GAM was able to break their formation in the last fight. And now they're tasked with doing it again. As Faker is basing on a ward here, this could be the timer that GAM wants.
Maybe it's a bait. Paranoia going to be used. He runs away with the chains, jumps back in. Paranoia in response as well. Encore not bad. Faker will take one. Gloryy is down. Draktharr up next as well. Gets in the background. It's grim deliverance on Kiaya. He's in the middle of 3, but with the flag and Dragon Faker healthy, I think GAM have gone too far. A double for the GOAT as 3 with the dread of return, yes. Kiaya with the GA, yes. But will he live? You know the answer's got to be no as Cataclysm brings him down. He's going to try and Ori rush out of there, but a flag and Dragon, he takes so long to die. As he resurrects at full HP, Faker's going to try again. He brings the chains right into his infernal face. Dread of return on back. Somehow, some way, this champion's in the game. Grim deliverance though. Faker will finish the job after doing 9,500 damage.
And both top laners were absolute raid bosses in this team fight. Doran takes out the GAM bot lane, while Kiaya bought so much time for GAM, but it was not enough. T1, they ace GAM, they're gonna pick up the Infernal Dragon, they're gonna get the mid tower, and they're gonna be looking to set up this Baron Nashor.
But is the game over? No, definitely not. I don't trust it. Jack, I definitely don't trust this 58 kill game as we look at the replay. And that 10k damage came purely, I think, from Kiaya and a little bit of the jungler.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great engagement with Peyz, but it takes so long for Peyz to die. They actually got to one-shot Gloryy with the Nautilus ult that Faker took. That could have been the difference maker for GAM. If Glory's able to live there longer, take down Peyz, it's a whole different fight. And then Kiaya is left with 1v3. And he's a scary guy. He can 1v3. He flashes onto Keria. He buys so much time. He's nearly able to take down Faker with the healing, with the damage, with the dashes. But Faker is able to survive on incredibly low HP and take down Kiaya here at the end.
And at this point in the game, he heals up to full pretty much. So they got to do it again. It's like a second phase of the boss, Jack. And you're like, oh my God, he's got the same HP.
The raid boss has 2 phases.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cullen going to come through, caught out. Is Faker? No. Not quite at half HP. GAM and their 4-man entirety hover around, or rather 5 through mid. T1 have an angle up in top side. They're going to look for the push up there, maybe, or to steal camps. Remember, Baron is the only objective up now, so that
Faker
does feel like the game
flash.
side. Yep.
Faker just lost his flash in that play. He's not going to have that up and available, but T1, they don't care. They're starting the Nash. Faker's TPing in. T1 want to fight.
What ult is he going to steal? Hijack up and available. Keria with an angle. GAM move in through this side brush. It's Draktharr with the lights to turn off. It's Doran with an angle spotted out. He's got lens, so he knows Kiaya is there at the back line as well. At 8k, Keria starts it off. Oner looking for his angle. The encore not too bad as well. Onto Kiaya. He's versus Doran. Oner tries to jump in and they dive Artemis to the dirt. Meanwhile, Peyz is dealing with Taki while I'm watching Faker glide through with Glory's ultimate. We're going to do this again. Kiaya's going to resurrect, but instead of 3 this time, there's 4. He'll die quicker. And T1's team fighting when it comes to the tooth and nail of the game is going to be better.
And T1, they start the Nashor. They know they have the advantage with the ultimates that GAM burn, trying to take down Faker. And with that, they seal GAM's fate. They're going to get the ace. They're looking to end this game, running down mid. And what better way to do it? With 20 kills for the GOAT himself.
It was messy. It was convoluted, but 20 kills for Faker. I'm not going to say this is a generational game from him, Jack, but I am going to say that he still started this and now he'll finish it. Next start number 1 and then 2. Faker ends with 20 kills on his Silas. Still the GOAT, always will be. T1 survive elimination, survive GAM, knock them out, and continue to the elimination bracket at EWC 26.
And what a monumental game from Faker. I mean, always the Silas. It's a pick he's known for. It's a pick he's made the difference on. I'm brought back to BLG versus T1 World Finals 2024 Game 4.
Oh, yeah.
Where he had the incredible Silas play on mid lane.